is escaping the matrix, escaping the emotional trap that I'm tempting to be drawn into, and also the trap of false concept of being a leader or in a position of power. That's also very dangerous, that you have to watch out for, which is a form of pride, I guess, perhaps. But the beautiful thing of fatigue and being tired is that it kind of grounds us in a base of humility, because we quite literally can't, tired mentally, physically, and maybe things have happened in life, no opportunities or whatever, such as I've had, and you basically grab the first thing that's in front of you, and sometimes the first thing that's in front of you is just some reading material. You start reading, and especially if it's paper. I mean, reading on the phone these days isn't really reading. A lot of distractions, and the dopamine trigger goes off pretty quickly. But you grab for a book, or a desire to, even as this desire to get up and enjoy a park or enjoy the weather, cook some food. It's a beautiful thing. It's an anchor, that humility, which then, that strengthening of humility, which it leads to courage, because you're now really based in reality, and that's where hope is. And that hope gets triggered, and we come to know perhaps something that might be better through where we are, or what we're doing, and begin to see reality and others participating in reality. And so fatigue and being tired is a beautiful thing, and that's the point of, that's the story of the reason why Christ goes to the cross, is so that he can be tired. He's fatigued. He has to retire. They're trying to climb the corporate ladder for a measly paycheck in a world that's ever increasingly just increasing in cost. It just makes no sense. It makes no rational sense, and it's better to just let it go and stay based in something beautiful, something rational, something realistic, that not only you can live in, participate in, but you can thrive and start a family and bring others up in this story that you're quite literally writing through reality, which is where creative expression begins, not through the materialistic hedonism that comes from the unionizing of the society, forcing people into high-paying jobs that are just completely bureaucratic uselessness. And so if the problem with society is just the cost is too much. We have to reduce the cost of living. We have to reduce the cost of housing. Food costs need to come down, and the only way to really do that is for all these wonderful, I'm going to call them unionized mindset people, from all the conservative libertarians that just sit back in a chair and write books and how the government is doing everything wrong, and then just sends out emails to get people to buy their books on why they're right and everybody else is wrong, just promoting this same trope of free market and conservative libertarianism, whatever that really even is. And then you have in this day the echo chambers of podcasts that don't seem to add any value to society. It's just echo chambers inside of echo chambers, and the tower, the financial tower that these lead to, the tech towers, these just keep rising the cost of living, and as a result, people just clamor for the corporate ladder, and starting jobs, businesses becomes more expensive, and creative expression is dimmed throughout society, and which leads to these very small groups of people attempting to think that they're in control when they're really not, such as that one unionized port guy who threatened to shut down all the ports, who thinks he's in control, which he's really not in control. He has no control, never had any control, and once the right person gets in power in the office, he's going to lose probably all his power quite quickly. because all those ports can just be very quickly and easily automated. So I think people in these high castles of very useless, very little value, materialistic, hedonistic towers that are consistently forcing the younger generations into debt traps to keep their pensions afloat and keep the pensions of people that work under them or signed a card to them can keep their jobs, keep their pensions, and keep their nice, expensive homes and cars at the expense of all of society. And meanwhile, you have these people that didn't want to complain about food stamps, want to complain about the welfare state, and that's just ridiculous when you have the unionizing of the United States, and that's just forcing everyone into a very narrow path that leads to competition in the corporate world, which is useless, leads to bureaucracy, which is useless, and like I said, diminishes the creative expression throughout society. All because a couple baby boomers just thought that they were in power or needed to feel empowered to feel like a man. And so that's what being fatigued is on a long walk will do to your mind and body. It will bring enlightenment. So humility leads to enlightenment, which leads to reality and leads to understanding and leads to courage to voice your opinion and bring forth the mighty sword to thrust into the matrix of chaos that all these individuals want to keep strong, to suck the life out of you, suck your creative expression out of you, and to basically sidestep the United States, our Constitution, our Republic, our ideas, proposition, all men are created equal, First Amendment, separation of church and state, all these ideas on equality and freedom and how self-governance, they want to sidestep, they want to mimic or make fun of or tread on, and that can't be allowed to happen anymore. So we need a courageous society to rise up against these unionist type of mindset that keeps putting creative expression under a bushel that is preventing the prosperity of society. And there's some motorcycles for you, because I participate in society every day, and it is something that we need to bring more awareness to, the importance of participating in society through our First Amendment right and the protecting of the First Amendment for all people, so we can grow as a society and put an end to all this division. And I'll bring this ramble to an end, and hopefully I'll have this up on YouTube soon.